OSCE with Bimel എന്ന എൻ്റെ ചാനലിലേക്ക് ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി സ്വാഗതം. ഇന്നത്തെ ടോപ്പിക് ഓഫ് ഡിസ്കഷൻ ഞാൻ UK CBT ടെസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് കോമ്പറ്റൻസിൻ്റെ അകത്തുള്ള CBT എക്സാമിനേഷൻ തിയറി എക്സാമിനേഷൻ്റെ അകത്തുള്ള ഒരു ചെറിയൊരു കമ്പോണൻ്റാണ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, ഇൻഡിപെൻഡൻ്റ് അഡ്വക്കസി. അപ്പോൾ അതിനകത്ത് അവർ പറയുന്നത് ഇൻഡിപെൻഡൻ്റ് അഡ്വക്കസി ഉണ്ട്, പേഷ്യൻ്റ് അഡ്വക്കസി ഉണ്ട്, വെറും അഡ്വക്കസി ഉണ്ട്. സോ ഓൾ അഡ്വക്കസീസ് ആർ pretty same in UK scenario. So what is independent advocacy and how you have to approach for the questions about independent advocacy. So many times questions was asked about independent advocacy, and also when you reach over there, when you are going to go for OSCE scenario, and also in the real situation there is independent advocacy will come over there. In our situation, what's going to happen is independent advocacy looks like a nurse is going to give some advice about treatment or management or something. That's what independent advocacy is being explained in our scenario by our teachers. But it's quite different from in as far as UK is concerned. We will see what's going to happen. Independent advocacy means a patient cannot take any decisions, then you can support the patient. That's also independent advocacy. If the patient patient is very fragile and patient is not ready to argue for himself, you are arguing for that patient. That's also independent advocacy or patient advocacy, because you are acting as an advocate for the patient. Okay, and also there are scenarios that will come up in front of you where the patient is very weak, fragile, and the patient is marginalized. The patient is not getting the sufficient resource in the ward. In that case, you can talk for the patient, you can interact for the patient. Example, patient is waiting for surgery for such a long time. There is another patient is popping in and he is going for the surgery in an earlier way. So that's actually there is a discrimination that's going on there. So you can talk, because the patient is not in a position to talk for himself, you can talk for himself. So that's called independent advocacy. So I have two examples here for independent advocacy. I will tell you these examples. There was a patient over there, his name is Michael Maloney. Okay, so Michael is a very rich person, and he is pretty very well settled person in our community over there. So when during the COVID time, or at the end of the COVID time, we started room visits for the family members. So what's going to happen is the family members will come inside and they will stay for 15 minutes. So if anybody want to come inside, they are allowed for 15 minutes room visit. But Michael's family, when they will come inside, what's going to happen is they are staying in for 1.5, sometimes 2 hours. Nobody is talking them to stay out, okay? Because he is a very rich man, he is a very influential man, and his family is also very rich and influential. So that's why everybody is a bit scared. Why I took the decision over there, okay? So this is happening for a few days, and in the next room there is a patient called Dolly Louise. Dolly Louise is a very ordinary lady, and there is a visitor coming in Dolly Louise's room, and straight after 15 minutes she will be thrown outside. Okay, that visitor will be put outside. Okay, so what's going to happen is this is a discrimination. One day, one of our care staff, her name is Margaret Walsh. Margaret Walsh was raising this concern in the management meeting. If Michael's family is coming and staying in for 1.5 hours, poor Dolly also have every right to stay in for 1.5 hours. Okay, because it's purely discrimination. That should not happen, and that has to be, the management has to take a decision for everybody or nobody. Okay, so that's the point. That's the way she is arguing for that Dolly Louise. Okay, so this is what is an example. Then what happened was the management take the decision to extend the timing for half an hour for every patient. Okay, so that's what it's settled. So this is an example of patient advocacy over there. I have another example for you as well. So when I was working in a bone marrow transplant unit, in a haematology, oncology and bone marrow transplant unit, that's in OLHSC Crumlin. So we have a patient who came during that time. His name was Daniel D. Koth. Daniel D. Koth is basically a Kochi, they are from Kochi, they are Anglo-Indian, that's what her mom said. He is only 3 months old. This baby is only 3 months old. He is having a peculiar type of cancer in his brain. So what we did was, the plan for the baby was to go for a series of chemotherapy and stem cell therapy as well. 3 stem cell therapy was planned. And ultimately we lost the baby by around 3 years, in 3 years time. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you the story in the beginning, okay, when the family came in. So our policy was bedding in. That means baby will be staying in the baby cot and mom will be staying in the mom's cot. Okay, so we will not allow any baby to stay with the mom. and she is actually requesting for every staff members who is coming over there to give a permission, give a chance to stay with their baby, because her baby is having cancer and we don't know what's going to happen to her, and the baby is on a chemotherapy as well. So it's a very hard decision at that time for a mom to stay in the mom cot, and the baby is staying in the baby cot. She want her baby to stay in her cot. Okay. So what happened was, she was asking to everybody, even myself, some Indians are there, so many other Filipinos and the stuff, or so many other nationalities were there. One day Dennis OSCE was there. He was the nurse over there. He is basically an Irishman. He is an old man, somewhere around 60-65 years, and people admire him, especially children admire him, with a big beard and stuff like that. So he was minding this Daniel, okay, and the mom again requested this, made this request to Daniel, and sorry, Daniel, not Daniel, the Dennis, okay. So Dennis came out and asked me, because I was working with another 3 patients on that same day, and he asked me about the story in India. Then I said, in our culture, mom will stay with the baby. That's what our culture is there, and this is quite awkward, because she is looking for a baby, baby to stay in mom's cot. That has to be granted. Okay. Then he said, he went to the management board meeting, and he went to the board meeting, and he went to the governing body to present this topic. And in 3 days' time, he came back with an order so that mom can stay with the baby. So this hospital is having a history of 125 years, and in 125 years, this was the first time a baby is allowed to stay with the mom, because there was no request came before, because all these are European girls who are coming over there. They don't have a request, because it's their custom. Baby will be in the baby cot and mom will be in the mom cot. Okay, so this is the first time Dennis did that, because he is a European man, he is an Irish man, and he has nothing to do with this Kerala lady and the Kerala baby, but he did that. That's an example of, it's a wonderful example of patient advocacy or independent advocacy, because the mom cannot present this topic in front of the management. So he's doing for the mom. He's doing for that mom to do that, so that he's going to bring out some wonderful result. In 3 days' time, with the flying colors, he came back with an order. This baby is allowed to stay with the mom. So that's great. Really appreciable. So this, I presume you got an idea about independent advocacy over there. So I will come back with another topic, another wonderful topic tomorrow. And if you are interested for a CBT training, please do contact me. I am doing a regular training from 9 to 10 in the morning. And if you are looking for a personal training in the evening or weekends, and you can talk to me. I have a WhatsApp number that will be given to you. And if anybody is looking for OSCE training as well, because I am doing a OSCE Australia, OSCE for UK and Ireland Aptitude as well. If anybody is looking for any training, please do contact with us. So thank you very much for listening to this wonderful video, and I will come back with another video in the next class. And if you are interested, if you like the video, please click the like button, and also please share it for your friends and circles. Also please subscribe my channel. That will be an encouragement for me. So thank you very much.